Hello there, everybody. I forgot to bring down my microphone. Nobody can hear me if I'm not speaking into the microphone. Just hello, everybody, and nobody hears anything because I'm being a silly dum-dum. And also, let's see what's on today. Let's battle and coin shop. So this time around we have Superstar, Blue Star, Red Star, Jimmy King, Reiko Tower, and Mephisto and Rena. Well then, we got a lot of stuff to unlock here. What is on the event battle? How do we get points today? Okay. Aim figure over 400 damage to a single enemy at once in a battle. Battle 5 times with 3 ultimate Digimon in my party. And battle 15 times. Okay, so this seems doable. Level 50 fixed, enhancements invalid. Form a party of only ultimate level or lower Digimon. Basic stats plus 50% for free type Digimon. Okay, so I'm only allowed to use ultimate level Digimon this time. That's the fact that I need to brick. That's kind of a problem. I didn't equip Brave with anything last time and it went so well. Oh, that's kind of brilliant, but also all I have are like Mega Evolved Digimon. It's like I don't really enhancement avoid, so that's good. Also, so what do I have? Okay, I have an Imperial Drum on Paladin mode, and it would be such a waste to go back down, you know. What I don't think I lose anything. Yeah, I think I can go down to Imperial Dramon with this one without it costing me anything, and I can go all the way back to Pildraman actually. Or Dino Beamon. Ooh, Pildraman or Dino Beamon. I like Dino Beamon. Dino Beamon is awesome. Can I have a look at the stats? Okay. Death Parade Blaster. 2 physical attack increases damage given by 20%, but also increases damage received by 20%. Has the same ability 3 times attack plant damage. Tends to do criticals. So that's like 105 damage. Wait though, but this one's like, oh, they're both good in each their own way. Crits are nice, but also it's a plant. Oh man, I want both. Okay. What else do I have here? Galilmon NX, yeah. That's not worth much. I have a Diablomon. A lot of skills here, which is fine. Diablomon. So that can be like an Infirmon. Spider Shooter. 4 physical attack, chance of reducing targets, 15% chance of insta-kill. Okay, that's not that great. Also not that bad. Okay, I have an Imperial Dramon more, I think. Oh, no, it just moved. It just moved. Okay. Omnimon Sword. I'm not gonna de-evolve that because that would be a waste. Mastermon. Mastermon is awesome. Let's keep that as it is. Chaosmon. What is a Chaos? Oh. Skillsmon Blast Mode. How's your skills? Few. Crusadermon. Next. I'm just looking at my options right now, trying to figure out what to do. Because clearly I will have to de-evolve something. That's my best option. I kind of want to evolve this Akunimon because it's Burning Greymon is just awesome. Illusion is not possible. Corona Blast is great. That's not an option. What about did you convert? Like, do I have any like sort by scan rate by name by generation? Okay. These are like megas, and then down into got Andromon. Andromon's not worth much. Boomeromon, Catch Cherrymon, Romon. Not quite anything of super interest. The thing I have to start like this is kinda unfortunate, but okay. I just have to deal with what I have. So going back here, gonna make a Furmon. It's gonna be you. You're joining my party, no matter how little I like it. Yeah, Infernmon, you're joining Parademon, you're joining the party as well. Dusmon, you're out for now. Parademon. And then Infernmon. And then what else? What else? Chaosmon. What do you have? Like, Darkness Wave is not that. Lily Shower. Can make a Lila one, but also we have a Marine Angemon in here for some reason. Do any of you have something good? Pit Bomb, Vulcan Hammer. No. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use this Lilymon, and I'm gonna make a Lilymon. Take that Lilymon. And now I had to make a decision. Parademon is not what we're gonna using. We're gonna be using either Piltramon or Dynabemon, and it's like a hard one to pick between, but I think we're gonna make Dynabemon. So now we're super weak to fire type Digimon, but also this is thank you. Actually, what is the point limit? Network battle. Two battle missions. Okay. Max memory of 50. Okay. Our max memory is 50, which means we do have space for one more Digimon. Gonna bring that as well, because why not? There's gonna be another plant type Digimon, because I am not, my team is not flammable enough as it is. And yeah, it's gonna be it. Let's make it better. You're like physical attack, yeah. Physical attack. Like charge field, cross counter is good. What else do we have? Mark Rush has potential. Media Fall definitely, and Heavy Strike. Attack Attachment C. I wish I had something stronger, but it's what it is. We'll make do with it. Okay. Like, what are you? You're physical attacker 2. Cool. Destruction Cannon, yes. Macrosh 2. Destruction, why not? Venom Trap and Break. You don't have that many good options. What about you? Okay, so you're special attacker, definitely. Gaia Element. Revive and Exhale is good. What else do you have? Mirror Reflection, that's great. And Fields. Or is better than Exil. And yeah, this is just generally awful. This team is awful. Gonna go awfully. Let's give you a master barrier. And you're gonna get both master guards. And then you. Do you have any intelligence boost? We do have intelligence boost A. And C. Okay. So. Now that I'm firmly convinced I am utterly screwed. I spent the first 15 minutes of this setting this up. I don't think I'm gonna make it that well, but we will see. We will see. Get into event battle, fight, and we're gonna be doing NPCs because I'm not expecting anyone. Let's do this. Okay, I'm up against 3 rookies. So I'm gonna be humiliated. That's what I'm getting. Oh my god. Oh yeah, why not make my opponent a toddler while we're at it? Oh my god, I'm actually winning? Never mind, they're also destroying me kinda. I actually completely destroyed the toddler. I thought I was gonna get my ass kicked, but no, I completely destroyed the toddler. That's fine by me. Okay, I mean, we inflicted more than 600 damage, and we inflicted more than 800 damage. We're completely... the mission 1 really bothers me because it looks like I need to win a lot, which... not win a lot, battle a lot, just to get through that. But the fact that we just finished the entire row of mission 2, all 3 levels in one go, that was great. Oh, that was great. Okay, so... okay. I'm gonna destroy that one. Ooh, your defense went down, that's great. Let's try some Hell Masquerade. Crit, 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 please crit. Oh, and down it goes. And down it goes. I feel like I'm actually doing well this time around. Okay. I love how this actually kind of forces me to make a new team every single time. The only problem I kind of have is the fact that I don't really have excess monsters because I don't want to use the monsters I use for everything else to make new monsters with quite yet. I don't feel ready for that. So, you know, the Digimons I use for my playthrough, I don't feel like changing those quite yet. I don't feel ready for that. I feel like I need to make a game plan and really turn them into something. As thanks for being really great assets for my Nuzlocke, I want to make it something special. Each and every one of them will be competitive masterpieces. So, but I do love making these fun little mini teams for these missions. A little bit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm supporting. But also, this is a team we know we can destroy, so let's just destroy it, shall we? Spider shooter. Go down. Kind of standing. Hell Masquerade. And down goes the Hawkman. I'll say though, The enemies for this time around, are not very tough, everything considered. Like, wow, they're not very tough, like rookies and stuff. Also, I got 6,000 coins. Let's just get this out of the way, let's be honest. Okay, bang. Hey there, Maddie, nice to see you. Welcome. Yimikin, Reiko, Mephisto, Rina. Boom, we got one of each, we're done! Let's end the stream right here, 15 minutes. Okay, to be fair, most of that was left over coin from last time. But man, that... we still got a few missions to end, so let's wrap up all the missions, shall we? I'm worried about how long it's gonna take, because one of them, what was it? The one that needs me to battle 15 times, well, it just needs me to battle, I don't need to win. That's a lot of battles. It is. Like, wow, that's a lot of battles. So I'm having such a blast with this team. It's really fun that I'm really satisfied I made something that works for once. Like, not something that barely survives while we're getting through this mission, but something that legitimately works. And that's despite how flammable my team was. I was really worried about just getting burnt to a crisp. You know, we're good. Look at how I violently tear through each of these teams. Boom! Dead! It's too bad this time around doesn't require me to actually win anything to progress any of the missions. Because that would be... Okay, if I lose this one, that's gonna be very, very embarrassing. Also, baby Digimon with safety... What the fuck?! Did I just get one-shotted by a Papumon? We just got one-shotted by a freaking Papumon. Holy frick! Cause sure. I guess I have to take it seriously. Mirror reflection on the Modemon? Insta kills? The insta kills that deals that much damage? What is going on here? This is gonna be a very, very embarrassing loss. I hate when the game throws me like a what is it called? A curveball like this. It's like, yeah, and here's baby Digimon. They're gonna destroy you. They're just gonna completely and utterly wreck your ass. What the fuck? Don't do this to me, game. Don't underestimate these creatures. I can tell. I am not underestimating them anymore. But also, I'm destroying them, so we're fine. Fuck you. Frick you, all of you. There's the Papumon. Although not really down, but... Infinity Dream! Oh, come on! You don't have to block everything. That makes us 3 on 1. Okay, looks like victory is mine. But that their safety, that their safety guard man. And victory is mine. Wow. 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 15 times. Okay, we need to keep going. Times. I'm still amazed that I cleared the entirety of the second row in one battle. I feel proud of that. At least this battle is a pushover. I do love the team I made. Like, it's a celebration of Digimon history, wouldn't you agree? Like Infamon from the original Digimon the movie. And Dinobemon, the neglected other side of the Pilgrimon evolution from 02. And then Lilamon from the fifth series. Like, nice little nut to everybody. Also, generally, Dinobemon is a better design than Pilgrimon. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but look at it! It's a fucking wasp with... This is gonna be the freaking thumbnail, by the way. It's a freaking wasp with dino arms. Come on. Of all the Weemon evolutions out there, this one is the raddest. So yeah. Gonna wreck the one in the middle. Crit. Fight it, everybody. This sounds delicious. Let's take it out. Look at this team. I am so proud of them. Honestly, I am very proud of them. So proud of them that I am actually gonna take them out of the battle in a moment because they deserve some praise. Like, yeah, they deserve some praise. I am proud of you guys. You were not part of the original team, but I'm so damn proud of you. So, yeah. You deserve names. I'm gonna name you guys. Yeah. I'm proud of you guys. You're not just throwaways for this one particular one particular event. You actually made an impression on me. I'm gonna remember you guys. In fact, I might at some point spend time making them into something that's actually worth some. I actually wonder if rank is still if people still play rank. See my ranking. What is my ranking? My ranking is shit. I have 0 points. See top 100. I kind of want to get into competitive Digimon at some point. It sounds like fun, but also I would not keep up with the rankings because honestly, first of all, I would be getting way too late into it. Secondly, well, there's only like 2,000 rankings. So maybe. Could be fun. I like it. I'd love to do that because I think there's a lot of depth to this game and it's lovely. Yeah, I'm basically just grinding out the events to get the avatars and stuff. Maybe after we're done with the events, we might do like a what's it called? Might do still like a monthly or maybe bi-monthly episode. Me trying to do ranking if it's still active by then. Maybe that could be fun. I think that could be fun. I don't know. I feel confident right now. And the fact that I'm actually winning this time around, not just grinding a bunch of losses, also feels really nice. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that did not just happen. Like, wow. I legit thought just slapping it would beat it, but it's still standing. Yeah, that still looks really, really good. That's gonna be the thumbnail. I already said that, but it looks good. It looks good. And with a few battles in again. I wonder how long this will take to... right now I'm starting to think about it. Because I guess we won't know until I'm like on the second tier of that first one. It's like 15 battles. I hope the second tier is not like 30 and... Ah, what is the third tier? It's like 50 battles. Oh, you. It will take forever. I would probably not do that. That would probably be a bit too much. Plus the level 1 ones are like the ones that gives the least amount of points, so... Yeah. And victory. Okay, things are starting to feel a little bit samey. There are no new contesters, so it's just like, oh look, I've seen these guys before and I know how to beat them. It's kind of like just going through the motions at this point. So it's starting to feel slightly grindy, which I guess is to be expected, but at least we're winning this time. Need a shower? Boom. Stay poisoned. Nice. Very interesting that Spider Shot is like a fire attribute move. Everything considered. Fire element should do a lot. Blast it! Take it down! Look at Infirmon, he's having so much fun. Also, you. Like, look at that pose. Ew. Spiders! Woo! So we're getting a lot of points this time around because we keep winning. So we just keep up getting the maximum amount of points. Like 30, 30, 30, 30. This is a nice time to just farm points. This is nice. I am having fun. Kinda. It's starting to get us to stay up. Fuck it. It's fine. Digimon is like such a nostalgical franchise for me. Well, I feel like rewatching it, but also at the same time, I don't have time to rewatch it. Kinda. That's just how life is. I wish I did, but I don't. Spider shot. Hell's Masquerade! Take it! Take it down. I say that a lot, take it down. Spider, shoot the... Catchy. I also wish I had more time to study Japanese. Like, there's so many things you have to do in life and you just never have enough time. I'm thinking to myself here, maybe I should study Japanese after tonight? Like after streaming? Might be a good idea. It depends. If I'm too tired, I'm too tired. I don't know about, you know, time zones, but I'm streaming this in the evening, so yeah, I might be tired. If I'm tired, I'm tired. Oh, you little safety card. We already have 2,000 coins again, and I already bought everything. Oh, it was great. It was great. This one. Element. I wonder what kind of Digimon I would use for like, what is it? I wonder what kind of Digimon I would use for competitive. Like Digimon Blanc is like a really good option in terms of support. Definitely a good option in terms of support. I wouldn't just use the shiny Greymon strategy though. I've seen that. It's powerful. But also, I believe it was like super spammed during the PlayStation 4 era. I don't know if it's been nerfed or anything since. But it was apparently very spammed. And let's do something more interesting than that. Oh, these guys have like a lot of defense. Wow. That there is scary because like that there is scary. Just gonna admit that immediately up front. The Cirque Sword with its insta-kill is very scary. Let's see if we can take these guys down. Okay, they resist, they don't block, so I can't affect them with Infinite Dream. That's good. And that's also an insta-kill. That's an insta-kill team. Wow. Magic. One down. 2 to go. It's gonna take a Raki down. As expected. This is a close one. We're down to 2 on 1. Your reflection. Hold in. Illegal physical, I can go magical, and I think magical is a better option. He has that physical up going for him. We're not dealing that much damage, I don't like that. You can heal, that's also kind of annoying.
Chance.
But the reason I did it like that was to not affect my position on the what's called the turn order, because that meant I would get 2 turns with Erika before he got a turn, which gave me basically a free attack. And here comes Heaven's Gate. That might take someone out. Okay, I'm so glad I resisted that. Like, wow, he almost got an insta kill off of me again. Please don't. That was different. That was fun. I like it when new stuff comes out. Okay. The next one is 30. Oh my god. Oh my god, the next one is 30. 25 for ultimate. Okay. We're gonna keep going until 30 and then we'll see if I still feel like continuing. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
Sa, ikou ka.
I mean, if it just goes to 45, then it might be fun. But at the same time, I don't know. Plates. Heal a shower. And done. Another victory for me.
君もなかなかだね。
So that's like 9 more, and we're at 25. 9 more, we get the third level of the third tier
さあ
one.
行こうか。
Really kind of grindy, but it's fine. Boom, and down it goes. Need a shower. Go down. Just please go down. Boom. I'm not up to date on the Digimon anime anymore. The reboot anime. I really should be. I should check it out again. I'm still looking forward to Survive, to be honest. Whenever that comes out.
へえ
We don't have any news on it,
君もな
as
か
far
な
as
か
I
だ
know,
ね。
sadly. But hopefully we'll get some soon. Because that would be nice.
さあ行こうか。
No, I really don't like the Digimon theme songs in English. Like, most of them I really don't like. I despise them. But even so, even if I think they're like bad music and all, well, bad music might be a bit too harsh. But they're definitely not my kind of music. And now, even when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I don't like this song, but I like the show. But I heard it so many times now that it's like I learned to love it over time. So it's like, innately I believe it's bad, but also whenever it goes on, I'm just like, Digimon, Digimon. The only exception to that is like the Digimon rap, because that is just downright awful.
君もなかなかだ
But
ね。
yeah, like, I think it's nostalgia. It's probably mostly nostalgia. So I'm like, yeah, I can get, I can enjoy that. Also, is this just a Shakuman?
準備
That's
はいいか。
straight up just Shakuman alone? Should I be scared? Is there something awful about? Oh my god! It's also like, look at how intimidating it looks. Okay, Shakuman. How much damage do I was like, is this thing scary? Should I be scared? No, no, I should not. Oh, look at it go down. Oh,
お疲れ様。
it is down. It is destroyed. Who brings a single Shakuman to fight? It's like, I was expecting the worst. I was like, I don't trust this, and just slam. It's done. Oh, that was great.
さあ行こうか。
Give me all of that Shakuman. Let's speedrun this. Shakuman. Digimon monsters, Digimon are the champions. It was really weird. Something I think is really sad about the Digimon opening, specifically in Danish. I know you don't have that in English, but in Danish it's like sad. Because it's like, it's almost like the Danish dubbers knew that Pokemon was doing better than Digimon, and they were like very salty about it or something. So they actually, like, in the lyrics themselves, they sing like, instead of saying like Digimon are the champions as a reference to like the champion level of Digimon, instead they go like Danish, Digimon are the best.
お疲れ
And
様。
that, it's like, oh, it sounds so cringe whenever I hear it like in Danish, like, Digimon, Digimon er de bedste. go away. Oh, that is just so wonderfully cringe. To be fair, like, Danish is my mother's tongue. I grew up here, and I have good and bad
Junbi wa
opinions
ii kai?
about Denmark. There's a lot of things Denmark does right, and there's a lot of things that we could do better on. But the language is not pretty. I do not like how Danish sounds. And whenever someone tries to sing something in Danish, when I like, oh, listen to the new Rasmus Sebak or something, I just cringe because I really can't take Danish in song. It sounds grating to me. I know this is not a popular opinion in Denmark, like, and like Rasmus Sebak is really popular, and he's probably a good musician. But I can't listen to him because I cringe at the Danish. I'm sorry. I just do. And it's not just music. It's also like whenever there's a Danish song, aside from the whole fact that like the cringe levels of the Digimon thing, like Digimon are the best because it sounds so insecure. Digimon are the best. Digimon are the best. It sounds so insecure and so cringe. And then I'm also cringing at the language on top of that. This is wonderful. I also think it's something to do with how small the country is. Like, we have some really good talent in our country. Like, we also have some decent voice actors here and there. I'm not gonna say like, oh, Danish people can't do anything. But we only are like 6 million people. We're only like 6 million. The entire country is 6 million people. And that's kind of the extent of people who speak Danish. There are some Japanese people who speak Danish because they are big fans of Hans Christian Andersen, which Japanese people who learn to speak Danish because you want to read Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales. You fucking rock. You fucking rock. But also, where was it going with this? But also, it's very small countries, so with the smaller sample size, it is probably harder to find talent, like voice acting and stuff like that. Especially because voice acting things outside of the attitude of this for children in general, it is a minority thing. It's way easier in English because there's like, aside from the fact that just America alone is huge, just billions of people there, so there has to be like from the sample size, there has to be statistically more people, people with talent, skills, because I believe that abilities are earned. Skills, not talent. But from the sample size, there has to be more people with skills. Not what is it called? Not when you take into consideration, like, again, the sample size, 6 million people versus several billion people. It's probably the same percentages we're working with, or similar percentages. But when you just have more people, there's likely to be more people who has the skills and can go through the industry. So I'm like, so I think it's probably also hard to find good voice acting and good voice acting and the like. I could imagine that is on a level that can rival that of the international waters. Not saying there aren't the individuals that are really good, but in general, and that might be it. As I said, we do have some good voice actors here and there, but when I'm listening to a show and there's like 1 or 2 voice actors that are good in that show, and the rest of them makes me cringe, and then the language makes me cringe, then it's really hard to watch things that are dubbed Danish. This was a long tangent. I go on long tangents from time to time. I remember enjoying the Danish dub of Digimon as a kid. I wonder if it holds up, but I also got rid of all my VHS tapes. And while it's super easy to like find everything in like English and Japanese and Spanish and sometimes French online, finding anything in Danish is like a war. Because most Danes that are nerdy enough to care about these kinds of things, we speak English. You know why? Because there's only there's only 6 million of us. So it's like, it's not financially viable to actually translate any of the nerdy stuff. Maybe sometimes some things gets translated so that we can make it for children's television. That again comes back to the whole. That's what, again what I said. Outside of the oh, it's a children mentality. There isn't that many voice acting jobs to be had in Denmark, like at all. Yeah, unless it's for children, because children don't know English yet. It isn't really financially viable because there's not enough nerdy people who cares. So we don't translate anything. We just import it in English, and then it's like either you speak English or you can't enjoy these things. So like either you speak English or you can't. Or it isn't viable to be a nerd in Denmark. I know there are nerds that aren't good at English in Denmark, but it's hard being a nerd in Denmark if you don't speak English. We translate nothing. Also, I lost this one to the baby Digimon. This is embarrassing. This is humiliating. But also fine. This is our first loss in like very long time. We'll just keep going. So yeah, but I'm really trying to be careful with my word choice because I'm really not trying to be like dissing the Danish voice actors. They're doing. I actually got the signature of the guy who did Johnny Bravo in Danish. He also does the Pimp of the Tomorrow Pimp. He does a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. We have subtitles for things that hits the mainstream. Which is a lot easier than actually dubbing. As I said, it's not financially viable to actually dub something into Danish. It isn't. So yeah. Not trying to diss them or anything. As I said, we have some good voice actors in there, and I got the signature of one of them. I really like him. He did some really good work, and like, the Danish Johnny Bravo is actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's more complex than that. It's more complex than that, and also, I'm live, and I'm multitasking. Sometimes it's hard to find the right words. I hope you all understand what I mean and doesn't take this the wrong way. But yeah. And yes, we have subtitles for anything that hits the mainstream. I have been enjoying the Outloud House lately. Apropos, that's a Danish word to just snug in there. Okay, that was good free of that. Gonna grab the 30 battles because we're only 5 battles away, but then we're gonna see if I'm gonna continue. Maybe not. Probably not. Depends if it's like you don't even have to win. It's pretty easy. It's just kind of grindy. It's only 50. If it's 45, then it's only 50. If it says like 60, I'm out.
ャンスだ。
We also don't really have. I mean, I tried looking that up at one point. I don't think we really have any options for like future voice actors. We have like options for singers and voice options for actors, but I don't think we have that many education options in Denmark for voice acting. So that might also be part of it. I could be wrong. I tried to do some research on it like half a decade ago because I thought, you know what, maybe that's something I would like to do, right? Maybe that could be fun. There's so many. I like to do a lot of things. I'm a creative person, and I often get toxic. And also, I don't know if I should say that here, or if that. You know, I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I do have mental disabilities, and some of them does affect some of them does affect how affects it so that I can make some really bad, well, not bad, but I can make some I can have some very impulsive thoughts and act on them very quickly, which is fine. That's part of me. I live my life as I do, you know? But yeah, sometimes I'm like, I have this idea, I want to really do something, like I want to be a voice actor, and then I Google it all day and night, and I look at everything, and I'm like, oh, so that, and I learn a lot of things like that. But also like half a month later, or just the day after, I'm like, that was interesting, that was fun. Now I want to be a painter. I've been better at controlling it over years. Like, mental disabilities comes with that's a good question, actually. My favorite old school cartoon. I like a lot of the modern ones, but my favorite old school one. Like, if we do not count anime, because if we count anime, I'm just gonna answer Digimon. If we do not count anime, it's like if we like specifically Western cartoons, and what do you mean by old school? Like because we need to separate them by eras. Like if we take if we're like talking 70s, I would probably have to say Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I don't know when the 13 Ghosts were released, but that's my favorite Scooby-Doo series. That might be from the 80s. I don't know. Might be from the 70s. It's fun. It's a good one. I know Scrappy's in it. I don't think he's that bad. Unpopular opinion. But I feel like Scrappy-Doo at his worst is awful. But also there are like 20 years. That's like, no, maybe not 20. That's like 10 years of Scrappy-Doo. Some of it is okay, some of it is really bad. I don't know how much of it is good. I'm not gonna defend him as like, oh my god, Scrappy is the best. He's not. He's not. But I think the bigger problem was probably thunderization rather than the character itself. But that's a whole ordeal. If we say 80s, I would probably have to say the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a silly and fun cartoon, and I loved it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a hard shell, turtle power. Love that show. Great. Good use of comedy and action together. Mostly comedy. Very silly show. Nothing wrong with that.
君もなかなかだね
If we go into the 90s, it's 50, but it's also 1100. Okay, we're doing this. If we go into the 90s, there's so many cartoons from the 90s. Like,
さあ行こうか
what could I pick? I was about to say Beyblade, but that's also like anime. So old school cartoons. The thing about the 90s is that it actually, what we consider the 90s actually kind of bleeds into the 2000s. I was about to say like the Pop-Up Girls, but I believe those are from the 2000s. Yeah, this is like, I need to be careful about what I'm picking here. What will I say for the 90s? Doesn't help that I'm unsure whether or not something's from the 90s or not. Like, there was a lot of Disney shows like the Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears. Da 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 da. Like, the Disney shows were really good. Like Rescue Rangers. Rescue Rangers was great. Sometimes some crimes slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. If you need help, just call. I hope it's alright I'm singing. I like singing, and you got me all like... This is really, really a nostalgia trip. It is a nostalgia trip. Okay. For the 90s, I'm gonna say Gargoyles. I didn't watch those while I was a kid. I watched those way later. I don't think they had. I don't think they were released in Denmark. I am not sure about that. I might be incorrect, but if they had a run in Denmark, it would have been a very short one. But I watched it, and wow, it is like the animation is 90s, but man, oh man, that storytelling, those characters, like, just wow. Honestly, and also shout out to the X-Men. Like, legitimately, the X-Men is one of the most important cartoons and comic books in the history of nerd media, just general. The X-Men taught me from an early age on that you shouldn't judge people for being different. Because if they're different, they probably have a superpower they can kill you with. Like gay people, they shoot rainbow lasers out of their eyes, so don't make fun of them, they will murder you. Joke aside, it's an allegory. Of course, minorities do not have superpowers. If they had, I would have all the superpowers. Look at me, I'm Asian. I'm trans. And I can most definitely also tell you I'm not straight. Man, I wish I had superpowers. I want to shoot gay rainbow lasers out of my eyes. But yeah. For the 90s, I will have to say Gargoyles. Definitely Gargoyles. That is just superb storytelling. Powerpuff Girls, pretty close. For the 2000s, the Teen Titans. Hands down, the Teen Titans. The Teen Titans is probably my favorite cartoon of all time. Nothing can convince me otherwise. It has some amazing story arcs, some amazing characters. It handles a lot of mature themes really, really well. And again, it is one of those shows that helped teach me and helped teach a lot of kids growing up that it's okay to be different and that you shouldn't be judging others. And that's awesome, especially through characters like Beast Boy, Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire. That's all of them. That's all of them. Like, take Raven for instance. Oh, I could go on and on about the Teen Titans, but like Raven for instance, she's demon spawn. She's meant to destroy the world, and she's literally the spawn of like Satan. But it's not Satan because Satan is a different character in the DC universe. Also, Satan would be allowed on Cartoon Network. But she's like the daughter of Satan, basically. But she's not her dad. She should not what's it called? What's it called? She is not responsible for the crimes of her father, and she chose to be a superhero. She chose to do good. And that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. There's... Oh, just... It's symbolic. It's just wonderful. Beast Boy is also just great in how... like, he seems like a simple character first. It's like all jokey, all fun and games. He's like the Michelangelo of the team. Radical, dude! Let's play some video games and eat some pizza! Oh wait, that's Annie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cowabunga! Oh, my humor is awful today. But ultimately... he's like a bro. He's a good guy underneath, and sometimes he makes mistakes. Don't we all? And he learns from those. There is also like this arc during the final season where he stops being funny. He just straight up stops being funny, and that's like when the joking character stops being funny. That's when you know shit hit the fan. And that's some really good use of the fact that he's like supposed to be the comic relief character. But that's also like something one of my favorite YouTubers said once. If you have a team full of badasses, one of the guys is like a comic relief character, it is easy to forget that he's a fucking badass. But he is. Beast Boy is a badass. It's like he drops down from a building, turns it into a fucking whale, and he crushes the enemy. Just to turn into a toad and then you know, do the thing with the tongue out and then just lick them in the air like Pascal does in Tangle. Just to take the piss out of them. It's great. Starfire. Starfire is wonderful, being like an alien immigrant. She's not really familiar with the language, so she has like these speech quirks, which I love her speech quirks. They are cute as heck. like everyone has an accent, and not everyone is grammatically perfect in a language that isn't their first language. I make mistakes in English. I have this tendency. Sometimes I make what we in Danish call fordanskning, which means like basically to Danify it. Like let me give you an example. Like in English, you say a tree, the tree. In Danish, we say et, tre, et. So like if you like Danify the tree, you will say treeing, a treeet. And that, it sounds wrong, it is wrong. It would be grammatically correct Danish. This is super simple English grammar, by the way. It's not complicated, and it's not something I would ever make a mistake of. When we get into more complicated stuff, I make danifications, and it probably sounds weird for some of you guys when I say a sentence where it's like, that sounded weird. But if you know what I mean, then that's enough. Like, I don't claim to be an expert in English. I probably seem like that to some of my Danish peers, but I'm not. And that happens, you know? And it's nice to see someone like Starfire who has those kinds of quirks, you know? Not everything has to be perfect Oxford, you know? And she also sometimes struggles with fitting in, and she struggles with insecurities and stuff like that. And she has a lot of things where she really cares about her friends, and she doesn't want to lose them to anything. She's just a sweetheart. She is really a sweetheart. And then there's the episode Trucky, and I'm not gonna get into it here because it's a complicated episode with the controversial material. But it is an amazing episode, and it still tears me up, and oh my god. Cyborg is also great how he's insecure about losing his humanity, and I don't think anything could ever take his humanity from him. Like, Cyborg is Cyborg. He's a whole person, you know? But he's afraid of losing his humanity. And he faces some different issues because of it. He also always wants to do better. And he has the tendency to over-focus on his limitations as a machine, instead of realizing his infinite potential as a human. And oh, it's just wholesome. It's wholesome. It's lovely. And all the character development is wonderful. Robin is also amazing. I don't have much to say about Robin. I usually aren't that interested in the leader characters in shows like that. But Robin is also amazing. He's kind of a workaholic. I really relate to that. And he overthinks a lot of scenarios, and he sometimes thinks he can take everything alone and forgets he's kind of like part of the team. But he is part of the team. He does have friends. And most of his character development is around realizing that it's okay to lean on them. It's okay to be part of a team. It's just, oh, it's wholesome, it's beautiful. The only character that isn't wholesome in, like, of the main 6 Titans, and I consider her one of the main 6, even though she was only really there for like half a season. But Terra, oh my god, Terra! Like, I know the story of the Judas Contract. I have not reached that point in the story yet, but I know the gist of it because I'm a big Titans fan and I look stuff up. I kind of want to catch up on everything in the comic book, so I've been reading it from start to finish, and I'm not done with the 60s Titans yet. I've been introduced to Joker's daughter, so as you can hear, I'm not quite done with that. But for where I am now, but from what I understand of this contract, I know what it's about, and like they made Terra a monster straight up in that. So there's like some contrast with modernized series, because back then we had a problem with everyone just assuming heroes were all goody, and if the writer said it was a good guy, it was a good guy. So it was like, at the time, Terra existed to be like, to break conventions. But in the 2000s, that's not really a problem anymore. We had anti-heroes with anti-villains. We had a lot of things that blurs the lines of morality at that point. So it was not like good guys were always good guys for that. What it did instead was making Terra incredibly human. And oh my god, their adaptation of the Judas contract just breaks my heart. It is not wholesome. No, it is painful. It is painful and beautiful. It is like one of those things where it's like you open it up, you watch it, and then you sit down and then you cry afterwards because it was just so sad. And that's how I feel about Terra. She's oh my god. I was like, that figure's alone. I don't trust it. And it could one-shot my entire team. But also, I basically destroyed it every single time. Like, this thing is hilarious. Like, it's like a glass cannon. It's like a super glass cannon. Either I destroy it before it gets a chance to destroy me, or it just destroys me in turn 1. Oh my god. I want a Shakuman on my team. Oh my god, do I have access to a Shakuman? Do I like have access to a Shakuman? Because if we do, I might try it out. Okay, well yeah. If we're going to the 2010s, I will say Steven Universe. Steven Universe has a lot of problems. It is not perfect, it's far from it. But also... Nope, I don't. I was hoping I had a Vikman, but I don't. Yeah, that's why it's alone. Okay, network battle. Not the coin shop. I meant event battle, battle missions. Okay, we like 12 more battles. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do. We'll deal. What can I say? I was thinking here. I really should have started with those over there. This is a mistake. I could talk about Teen Titans for hours on end. Maddie can attest to that. She has been the on the other side of that frequently. That is what it's like to be my friend. You sign like this a contract where it states that you have to accept that that I rant about Teen Titans for at least 4 hours at a time, once a month. And you just have to sit through it. Like... if anything, Teen Titans might be my favorite cartoon of all time. If we move into the 2010s, it's gotta be Steven Universe. It's progressive. It is beautiful. And it has its flaws. I have my complaints about it. It's not perfect. But we need more shows like Steven Universe. More shows that are willing to show it's okay to be different. I also gave a lot of props to X-Men for something similar. Teen Titans has also touched similar, what is called? Teen Titans has also similar topics, serious topics. There's also like a phenomenal episode of Lloyd in Space, Lloyd in Space, which is like this. It's basically Recess but sci-fi. If you like Recess, you enjoy Lloyd in Space. I don't know if Lloyd in Space was like big in the US or in internationally, but in Denmark it was kind of like one of the shows that kind of just existed. No one talked about it. It just kind of existed. But Lion Space has like this one episode where they introduce this character. It's like an alien, and they're like, the girls and the boys are super confused because they have no idea what even is this. The girls just assume, oh, that's a girl, and she likes girly stuff, and she wants to hang out with us. And the boys like, oh no, that's a guy. He likes stereotypical guy stuff, and he want to hang out with us. And the kid is just like, oh no, my species doesn't have gender until our like 14th birthday or something like that. And then the rest of the episode then the rest of the episode becomes like this contest between the girls and the boys, and they're like, choose boy, choose girl. And by the end of it, the boys and the girls realized that they were kinda like trying to force something on this poor kid. Despite on this poor kid, which is like, it's a life-altering choice, male or female. Which can be very important long time, but these two groups were just trying to force their opinion onto them to make a choice about them for themselves, about that person for themselves, and that's not alright. And when they realize that, they apologize, but also completely missed the mark by being like, the girls gets this genderless character a rock and says, happy birthday, here's a boy thing. It's all like a fucking rock. that is like on a meta level, that's kind of hilarious, because it's really a good joke on how superficial some of these oh, that's a boy thing, that's a girl thing things kind of thing. And the boys gets them perfume, and the character kind of gets annoyed with them again, because now instead of being like, oh, you have to be like us, now they're like, oh, it's okay if you be like them, and then they start fighting over whether or not this person has to be a boy or girl again, but just having changed positions. And the kid is just like, fuck this, I'm out. And by the end of the episode, when it's like post a birthday and everyone is like, oh, what did you choose, are you a boy or a girl now? And the character's just like, no, you're freaking beeswax. That was a wonderful episode. Shout out to that episode. Like, that, there are problems with this episode. There are. It's a very good episode, but there are problems with it. I'm not gonna sit here and critique it right now, because I haven't watched that in a while. I just know that people have the criticisms about that, and I don't want to like praise it like it's perfect. So that's all I can say right now. I would have to sit back and watch it and sit and think about it to really critique it. But the fact is, it's an early 2000s show that shows a character that is a non-binary character, and the character that they might have decided on a gender by the end of it, but they decide not to tell anyone, which means that they might still be non-binary. They might still identify with non-binary even if they have chosen sex characteristics, and that is really, really cool and really, really progressive. And also, yeah, I generally want more. I know that people who watch this stream, I don't know how many would watch episode 40 some. It's like, is it 38, 40, something along those lines. 30. It's episode 30 of my epilogue stream, and be like, would come here and watch this now. But I know that people who watch it might come here and say, be like, oh, you're brainwashing our children or stuff like that, and completely dismiss me, and think of me as biased because I'm transgender and I want to push people. Honestly, all I want is some representation, just some diversity, because I know there are children out there who might be like me, who feels lonely and ostracized by the world, who could benefit from having like that little thing in their life that says, hey, there are others like you out there, and it's okay to be like you. I really needed that as a kid, and I don't think I ever really got that because while this character really spoke to me because it's kind of like a non-binary character, and that's really sweet. But also, I'm not non-binary. Well, complicated.
さあ、行こうか。
complicated, but I mostly relate to the straight up transitioning type of transgender. You know, the male to female or female to male. That's what I most relate to because that's what most of my experiences have been about. But yeah, complexity. But yeah. But I guess since I'm bringing it up, I identify with demigirl, and there is nothing wrong with that. Some people might call me a snowflake out for attention, which is hilarious because with 30 episodes in, I never mentioned this before. Actually, I don't think I ever mentioned that before on my channel at all. Which technically would fall under the non-binary umbrella, I think. This is why I'm here getting afraid of what I'm saying. It's what's it called? Knowledge about how all this gender stuff works is complicated, and I don't claim to understand it wholly myself. But also, I know that things aren't as simple and binary. Things are complex, and even if someone doesn't understand all of it, because no one expects you to, it doesn't take much to respect someone else's identity. You haven't been in their shoes, you don't know what they've been through, you don't know why they have the identity they have, so yeah. Well, this was a tangent and a half. And now I'm thinking to myself, which cartoons do I love of the 2020s? I know that just were as of classic cartoons, and now I went from the 70s all the way up through the 2010s. So, and since we are in 2021, there are new cartoons out here. Carmen Sandiego, the reboot. I don't know if it started in 2019, 18, or in 2020. I don't remember, but it definitely first ended last year. Oh, did it end this year? I'm starting to doubt myself. It's very recent, and that's gonna be my choice for my cartoon of this decade. Well, so far at least. There are 9 years to go. But Carmen Sandiego is just wonderful. I love Phantom Thieves in general, which is also why I enjoy Persona 5. I might be streaming Persona 5 someday on this channel. I might stream Persona or Shin Megami Tensei in general on this channel someday because I love monster taming. Monster taming is great, and Shin Megami Tensei is a monster tamer. But yeah. I love Phantom Thieves, or Gentleman Thieves as they are also known as. Also, they're taking two different terms, but they are used basically interchangeably, and I use them interchangeably, so it's kind of like how jealousy and envy are two different things. I believe one of them is like the frustration that you don't have what someone else has, and the other one is like the frustration you don't are what the other person are. But also most people use them interchangeably, and most people don't know the difference, and I don't even remember which one is which. That's how I feel about Gentleman Thief and Phantom Thief. So yeah. But Carmen Sandiego is a wonderful series about a young woman who takes her own path despite everything she's been taught growing up. She takes her own path and does the right thing. She fights injustices and overcomes them, and I think that is beautiful. I love the characters in that show. I love the antagonists. A lot of it is just generally great. So yeah, I only really have good things to say about the new Carmen Sandiego. It's also like an educational show, which you've seen educational shows back in the day. They're not really that good shows, you know. They were kind of like, and now let's interrupt the show with random facts that nobody's gonna remember. But Carmen Sandiego, the reboot, kind of like organically makes it part of the story, which makes it easier to digest and remember. And that's something I can respect, like really respect. I can't really remember any examples right now, because I am a dum-dum who doesn't retain geographical facts. But they organically introduced me into the story, and it makes it easy to remember, because you can remember the plots of the story easier than you can remember random facts thrown at you. Like, they have this fight at one point. I don't remember which country it was, sadly, but they had a fight where they were fighting behind this paper wall, and people thought it was like a shadow show, which is like I believe is like very fitting for the area it was from. See, this is why I can't think of an example. If I don't remember all the details, it's not gonna make any sense. The only thing I actually remember, now I think about it, like in terms of specifics, which I'm making a really, really bad case for it being a good educational show, but I believe I don't need to learn these things, because, I mean, it's cool to learn new things about countries and stuff, and I respect the heck out of culture. Like any kind of culture, I respect it. I think it's beautiful. But it was just not what I was focusing on while I was watching it. But I also know for myself, growing up as a kid, it was easier for me to learn things by watching stuff than it was for me to learn things in school. Like, for instance, I knew about the Second World Wars and the atrocities that was part of what it was before I was 5 years old, because I was watching anime and it came up in one of them. I know stuff like that is not always accurate, but it made it also having that pre-knowledge, base knowledge, made it easier for me to digest when I actually had about the Second World War during school. So the way where Carmen Sandiego kind of like And now we're traveling to Venedig, and in Venedig they have this and this, and we need to use this boat on this route to get away, or something like that. When they do stuff like that, I know if I was a kid still ready, fine for learning, and I watched that, I would have a way easier time learning about geography later. And I'm an adult now, so I don't absorb knowledge as easily as children do. So I'm a bad example, but stuff like that. Just I believe the way their approach is like way better than the approach they used back in the day where they're like, and here's 5 random facts. Back to the show. But yeah, there was one fact I remember, and that was that one time where they were like, and then Carmen Sandiego stole something in Copenhagen, and I was like, oh, that's the capital of my country. That's the only specification I can remember. I also do remember they were stealing samurai swords in Japan at one point. Which was also really cool. And there was a lot of things going around about dishonor and family and stuff like that. This was kind of nice. And also I remember the Venedig. Venedig, they were stealing masks in Venedig. How do I put it? I enjoy cartoons in general. You can hear I still watch cartoons to this day, and I'm an adult, but also nothing wrong with that. The thing is, I really enjoy animation. I'm super fascinated with how we can make pictures move. I'm very fascinated about that. I know how it works scientifically, but also it's just impressive how these optical illusions work, and how some animation is just beautiful. Like, watch Beauty and the Beast ballroom scene. That thing is freaking iconic, and also, wow, it is beautiful. And there's a lot of generally beautiful shots. There's also like some stuff on like the internet that is really, really cool. Like, I've seen this animation done by some YouTuber. Like, just some YouTuber. I don't know if they're actually known in the animation industry. I doubt it, because what would they be doing on YouTube if they actually had... what would they be doing on YouTube if they like had proper contracts and stuff like that? But that person should get hired just downright. They're like professional levels of animation. Like, they did that animation alone. But I don't remember their name, sadly. Otherwise I would give it to you, because I still watch that. But they did like spoilers for Undertale, Pacifist Run, but they did like Metatron versus Frisk as an animation. And it's like, it syncs up to the beat of Metatron's battle music. It is... oh my fucking god, that is beautiful. Like, it's just fantastic. I watched that again and again, and I watched that in like reduced speed, so I could see all the beautiful smear frames. And I know people are like, don't pause a Disney movie. Smear frames are beautiful because they are frames that are artistically done like that, so you get a better sense of motion. It is beautiful. And there were some smear frames in there where I was just, oh, I see how that works into that, and how that then looks like that. And it was a beautiful study. Just watch that thing. It's also like Metatron's battle music is a fucking banger. Toby Fox is a genius. Yeah, go watch that. If you can look up on YouTube, like Undertale, Fisher's Metatron animation, watch it. Fucking watch it. It's great. Um, again, that's done by some YouTuber. Like, we got to the point where people who have spent time honing their skills can do stuff like that on their own. I might be wrong. I don't know what happens behind the scene of their video. They might have some friends helping them out, but I'm assuming they're doing it alone. And even if they aren't, I know there are YouTubers out there who do animations alone. Like there's an animation, Welcome to Hell, I think. I don't know. It's about this kid who becomes a demon, and he's trying to help someone else find their way to hell, and he kind of sucks at it. It's cute. It's a cute animation. It's dark humor, very dark humor. But it's a cute animation, and I'm pretty sure that was done by a single YouTuber. At least that's how I infer from reading their YouTube descriptions. And they're like working on a sequel to that, so I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be great. I find animation beautiful. And it's not just 2D animation. 3D animation can be quite a treat too. Like stuff like Tangled the movie has some really great shots, especially how they animate the hair Rapunzel. And then there's stuff like what's called Your Name, Kimi no Nawa. For those of you who don't speak English, why are you here if you don't speak English? Which, if I have to be multilingual about it, I can also say that in Danish that would be dit navn. But there's also like something that's lost in translation about like Kimi no Nawa. Oh, it has some really beautiful shots about of the sky and stuff like that. It's just great. Digimon also has some really amazing shots doing some of the movies, like Our War Game and the original, like I don't remember what that one's called. The one where Ty is a toddler. Has some beautiful animations, some really cool kaiju stuff going on there. I just love animation. I can gush about animation. And The Girl Who Left for Time is also just beautiful. Beautiful. I really appreciate animation, and you might think from the way I'm talking about it's like, you might think that I'm like really into animation. I was about to call it what my friend calls it. I'm not sure that's appropriate. We just call it an animation prawn. When it's like, it's not actually pornography. It just means it's so high quality animation that it's to swoon over. And I think that I'm really into that to that kind of high end animation, and I am. I love it. But also, I highly appreciate low budget animation as well for how it manages to get a whole show out on so small budget. You know, you see stuff like that, like where a character stands completely still and you see their lips move. And that's like the only animation on stage, and then they cut to different characters, they stand still and their lips move. Or maybe there's like one character that moves their arm to get in the background to get like some semblance of movement. It's like limited technology, limited scope, limited budget. And it's like, oh, I see all of the small tricks and things and all the thoughts that went into maximizing everything out of this to make it feel alive. Feel like there is movement to it, even though there's very minimal movement to it. And that is honestly fantastic. For lack of a better word, honestly fantastic. I should be ending now. But I want to say one last thing about animation. That is, animation does not just have to be cartoons and anime. Like, the best animation prawn I've seen is Doctor Strange. Like, holy frick, it's CGI animation. They try to make it look live action, but all those movements and all those magic spells and stuff, they're just moving buildings and stuff like that. It's just, it's beautiful. I love animation. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun today because I got to ramble for a really, really long time. I am a rambly person. I'm glad YouTube exists so I can ramble. And with that, I guess I'll be spawning out. Bye.